It's Week 5 of the National Football League. And coming up, it's the 49ers. Rocket on quarterback. He's been sensational as he leads the league in touchdown passes. It's the 49ers and the Chiefs next on EA Sports.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at these 49ers as they interplay here. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The KC offense set to go, led as always by the gunslinger, a former MVP in this league. It's Patrick Mahomes.
You enjoyed watching that game tape, didn't you?
Yeah,
Last week's game.
It was good. Four touchdowns, one pick.
Now, you were a little upset about the pick. I didn't know if you would play him this week or not if you were the head coach.
Hey, they got the win.
You got the win, so you're going to give him another chance?
I'm going to give him another shot.
All right. I think the ratio is pretty good. He'll try to eliminate the interception, but he wants to keep that hot streak going, throwing touchdown passes.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. Now Mahomes. Now throw right side taken in by the tight end Gray. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. To throw, it's Mahomes. And that is incomplete.
That was the first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that one interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. 2nd and 10. They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. Off the play fake. Gunter. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Michael Dana. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
All right, partner, I'm going to be Captain Obvious right here. Not the start you're looking for offensively, right? Incomplete pass followed by a sack.
And when he went down, it looked like that right ankle got turned, but thankfully he popped up okay, and they breathed a sigh of relief on that sideline. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. On 4th down, the Niners trot out Mitch Wishnowsky to punt the football. Here's Moore on the return. It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return, and it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. Kansas City taking the field for their second drive. And they entered play on a 2-game win streak, and then they've got the open date on their schedule next week. So this is a group that's really looking to hit the break on a high note.
And this will obviously be a tough game for them, but go ahead and play this out with me, partner. If they win here and make it 3 in a row, They get to heal up after that. You got to think that's an ideal setup and a worthy goal to play for in this one.
Throwing now is Mahomes. Able to find Gray here. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll leave him with a 3rd and 2. Now a handoff up the middle. Crowley. Yeah, this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, a few yards shy of the line to gain. And that's going to be a turnover on downs.
The Chiefs tried it, but they're turned away on 4th down. And the 49ers are going to get the football back. Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their second drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
2nd down and inches.
Another grab here for the dynamic Christian McCaffrey. And McCaffrey going to pick up a Niners first down as he'll get this down inside the 40.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Off play action. Gunter. Little short pass here to Hill. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down.
In motion left, Hardman.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. That is caught and brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well.
That's a pretty good throw on the curl route there. 3rd down, and they pick up a first.
Defense should be aware for that, right?
It should be aware, but it was so hard sometimes.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Because when they sell that route really well, you think they're going upfield, then they curl back, show their numbers to the quarterback, and complete the play.
And it's caught. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Down this close to the goal line, first down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on 1st down in this situation because 2nd down, that gives me that option of running play out.
And across the goal line, into the end zone, touchdown 49ers.
Isaac Guerendo, his first rushing touchdown of the year. And the Niners are on the board first here this afternoon.
Now, this is a crew, they've come out flat their last 2 games, both losses, but just judging by the energy level, they look different here early, and that touchdown shows how.
Yeah, it seems to me that touchdown gets them off the treadmill. Because, you know, you've been on the treadmill. I've seen you work out. You go forever and ever, and it tells you've gone somewhere, but you're really out here in the same spot. They've exchanged it for an escalator. Still got some hills to climb, but they can get there.
These are good analogies. I run outside sometimes, though. You know, get some fresh air, a little sun on your face.
A little wind in there.
Yeah, that's right.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
And out come the Chiefs now.
And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And, Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Up the middle they go. Crowley.
And he'll earn a couple of tough yards past the 30 to the 31. You look at this Niner defense.
This unit against the pass, hoping to get better for sure. Number 25 in the NFL right now.
They're in the bottom 10 in the league. I mean, when you look at their talent, you would think that they'd be much better. Overall, I don't think there's any question you'd have to say that they've underachieved.
And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. So here are the Niners to take over on offense. They lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football. They start on the ground with McCaffrey.
Takes it to about the 37. This defense for the Chiefs, they were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
They'll find Ayuk open right side.
And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a 1st down as well. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
And a dangerous throw there on the drop-off. Incomplete, nearly intercepted. Now a 2nd and 10.
Off the play fake. Gunter, he'll buy some time right.
And we're going to stop play here, at least momentarily. It looks like there is a 49er who's in some discomfort. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. 3rd and 5.
The tight end in motion right. Off play action. Gunter. And the Chiefs are going to get him. Call it a loss of 4 there on the sack. And speaking of the number 4, it brings up 4th down now. Here's Mitch Wishnowsky now on to punt. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. Looking to throw is Mahomes.
He's going to find his tight end Gray complete.
And just not a ton of room to work with. He'll get it to the 15 for a gain of 2. The numbers for him from a week ago. 7 catches, 62 yards, and a touchdown.
And I get the feeling that he loves this matchup. I mean, the unit he's going against is in the bottom half of the league against the pass. He had to have circled this one on the schedule and said to himself, this should be a big game.
The Chiefs with the football as we start the 2nd quarter, as they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming. Now a handoff up the middle. Crowley. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
More the motion man right.
Now here's Mahomes.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he will have a Chiefs 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the 1st down. And that's what he just did.
Mahomes quickly complete out wide. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
From the 33, here's 2nd down and 5.
Up the middle they go. Crowley, not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Gunter. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there. And it's 2nd down.
A handoff running right, Guerrero. And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37.
And this offense on 3rd down today, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Well, he and his offense were staring down what was likely a 3-and-out. Zero fear from his side, though. Never doubted for a second they pick up the first. He's ready to pull the trigger on a keeper the moment it revealed itself.
Back to throw now on 1st down.
And we're going to stop play here, at least momentarily. It looks like there is a 49er who's in some discomfort. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. From the 46, here's 2nd down and 7.
And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. Connects with Kittle underneath. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 1st down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards. Operating from the gun, Sheldon. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
2 yards to go, 2nd down.
At the 23-yard line.
Looking to throw, Sheldon. And he whips that one incomplete there.
Oh, they'll certainly be on the tablets going over that one for sure. Clearly, they were expecting something else out of the defense and couldn't adjust to make that completion happen.
And he will have a 1st down at about the 21-yard line.
The Niners had 2-2 through the first 4 weeks of the season. They come in losers of 2 straight, so try to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
Now a 2nd and 6.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw.
He's going to drop this down to McCaffrey.
And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 2. Back to throw. Sheldon. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And across the trunk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Danny Gray, his first touchdown on the year.
And the Niners have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
Man, he just ran a terrific route. Extremely hard to defend when it's run that precisely and the ball's delivered that accurately.
Seibert on for the PAT. And it's good to make it 14-0. So that one a long 11-play drive.
And the drive culminated with the Danny Gray touchdown. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over.
Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34.
Motion man right is Rice.
Mahomes going to throw.
That's into the hands of Worthy once again.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
A 5-yard gain on the play. First down, Chiefs.
Now a handoff up the middle. Crowley, and he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
Here now 2nd and 9 from the 39-yard line.
They'll keep it on the ground. Crowley, and he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Moore, the man in motion. Mahomes now to throw.
He's got his man. He finds Worthy.
And he's got enough for the first. Here's Mahomes to throw. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. Working from the gun, Mahomes.
Gets this into the hands of Gray, the tight end.
And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 29-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. Crowley. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now Mahomes. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. The Chiefs have got the passing game rolling a bit. And another first down. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
To throw, it's Mahomes. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. And that is caught for the touchdown, Kansas City.
Xavier Worthy.
His 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Chiefs get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed, and a lot of football, full half to be played. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Niners ready to go on offense for the final time of this first half. And with a 7-point lead, they'll likely look to take this to the locker room and not really press the issue.
A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10.
And that one too wide and incomplete.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
That ball nearly intercepted. The rookie had his hands on it, but couldn't pull it in.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. This time they stay on the ground. And he is stopped just short on 3rd down. Got 9 yards, but needed 10. So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run.
So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. More from you and Charles in a bit. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here in the late window. We'll start our tour out in the City of Angels, Los Angeles, where you see the final score there. Kyler Murray, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. From there, we head eastward to Indianapolis to check on the Colts at home at Lucas Oil Stadium. And they couldn't get the job done as they fall to the visiting Baltimore Ravens. Rashad Bateman, a touchdown catch in the victory. Lastly, let's get you way up to Seattle. See what's happening with the Seahawks. And things didn't...
Message received here. No need to wait. We're going to skip halftime and get right back to the action. Here comes the 3rd quarter.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3.
And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. The 49er offense set to go to begin quarter number 3. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better, and I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Sheldon. And his throw here's incomplete.
But based on the play we just saw there, he might not be the guy you want to challenge in coverage on these all-important snaps. He certainly looks dialed in right now.
From the gun on 3rd down, Sheldon.
Open man, there's Gray. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the 3rd downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the 3rd quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it.
He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey.
And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
From the 28, it's 2nd and 5.
On the toss, they run wide side with McCaffrey. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss on that play, and now third down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
Third down and 6.
Back to throw. Sheldon. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down.
I think you saw the same thing that I did there, partner. Remember, he's their backup quarterback, so the last thing they need is to lose another one right here on the sack. Looks like he's going to be okay, though.
Yeah, he looked like he was favoring something in the left leg. Appears to be fine now, but you're right. That O-line, they got to protect him. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
The Chiefs offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And he's had his fair share of troubles in this one, unfortunately. This defensive front has wreaked havoc throughout the contest, and he hasn't been able to create enough space to make something positive happen to this point.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. Throwing now is Mahomes. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 2 yards on the pickup there. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Looking to throw. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
Well, plays like that, Charles, no doubt, they're just going to continue to fuel this crowd.
And this defense is already playing well, but it also feeds on the energy of that crowd that you're talking about, and that takes them up to another level. Right now, they're playing really loose. They got the lead, and what a nice stop they just made there behind the line of scrimmage. You get the sense that they're saying, we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
So a change of possession here on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10. The 49ers ready to set up shop again offensively.
And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. McCaffrey running up the middle.
And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. 1st down San Francisco, the pickup 14 yards.
Looking to throw. Sheldon.
Right side, and he finds Gray.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
The 1st-round pick looking comfortable in this offense. 1st down.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. That's into the hands of Westbrook over the middle. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Now a 2nd and 2.
At the Chiefs' 16-yard line.
Away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield of man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays just like that one we saw there.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Niners first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2. Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter.
First and 10 at the 12-yard line.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down.
3rd and 4.
Back to throw. Sheldon. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Brandon Ayuk from 6 yards away as his guys are able to extend their lead. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. And the Chiefs offense ready to go again. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
2nd and 10 here as we roll along in quarter number 3 from Santa Clara. Now a handoff up the middle. Crowley. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
More the motion man right. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively, and you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Niners set to take over on offense. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Operating from the gun. Sheldon. And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack. And it's 3rd down. Looking to throw. Sheldon. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. We have played 3 quarters.
You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's the Chiefs with a football, but with work to do on the scoreboard. They trail as we start quarter number 4. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Now here's Mahomes. And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal. The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 8. Looking to throw is Mahomes.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
Well, the 49ers settling in for their next drive. And as we look back at how we got here, you'll notice a common theme in these highlights. A lot of yardage through the air. The passing game has been sharp right from the outset.
Good starting field position for the 49ers as they have it 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Connects with Kittle underneath. He's got room at the 30, and he takes it all the way down to the 22. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
Up the gut, McCaffrey.
Brought down at the 20.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
During that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
That's to the sideline and incomplete.
And this defense definitely in his head there on 3rd down, and he's pretty fortunate. They didn't call him for grounding on this one. That was a good 10 feet over everyone's head.
A 31-yard attempt.
Seibert's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
But, you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
And now here comes Kansas City.
And just looking ahead, it would appear that that bye week is coming at the right time. They'll have 2 weeks to chew on this one, though probably not one that they want to chew on. A poor performance from start to finish.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Well, Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes.
That is Nick Bosa from out on the edge who worked his way in for the sack.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
Another try after the 1st down sack. Mahomes. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's 3rd down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
On third down, he'll drop to throw.
That one caught by Rice.
And he stopped up short of the first as they tackle him down at about the 36. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And that's going to bring up a fourth down. Now Mahomes got to have this one.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
A gain of 9 yards. First down, Kansas City.
And again, it's Mahomes. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Rice. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it'll be second down. From midfield, here's Mahomes.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Fred Warner.
20. 5. And into the end zone. A pick six for the 49er D as they score the touchdown.
Well, just add that to the list of great moments for this defense today. They've really shredded that game plan on the other side all 4 quarters. And, Charles, that pick six, that's kind of the cherry on top.
Yeah, and they did it, and I feel like I'm quoting a bad movie line, but they did it together, didn't they? Fed off of each other, every big play they made, every tackle, every pick, everything they've done. They continually built energy in this one, and how about them culminating with a pick six?
Extra point by Seibert, up and good, and the lead is now 24. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field.
Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat.
Now Mahomes to try again after the pick six.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And this pass caught by Gray.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Here's Mahomes to throw. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
And a first down, Chiefs.
They'll send Rice in motion. Mahomes going to throw. And he coughed it up. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely.
San Francisco set to go on offense once more. And they have to be feeling pretty good. Comfortable fourth quarter lead as they take over following the fumble recovery. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
Now Mahomes. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Rice. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
A gain of 9 yards. First down, Chiefs.
From the gun, it's Mahomes.
He'll get this complete to Worthy.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Second down and a little more than a yard here.
Mahomes to throw once more.
Able to find Gray here.
So the completion gets him just a yard. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. Mahomes now to throw.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. To throw, it's Mahomes. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. No gain on the screen there. It's 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly.
And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down.
You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And they'll get this down to the 10. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the 4th.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
Throwing now is Mahomes. He's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs.
Noah Gray
from 10 yards out.
And the Chiefs are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Now Mahomes to the line as the Chiefs are going to go for the 2-point try. Mahomes will throw for it, and he'll find his way in for 2, and we're back to a 2-score game. The lead's cut to 16. Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure, but that makes it a 2-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the 2-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready, because you may need multiples to throw out a ball game. There's a great example right there.
So 2 scores down, time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And the Chiefs have it. Well, that certainly makes things more interesting. You get the score, then you get the onside kick. A little uphill battle still, but a start.
It's not mission accomplished, but the plan is working. They're in a great spot right now, and the best part, they put the defense right back out on the field after having already scored.
Yeah, they've got the momentum here now.
Mahomes to throw it.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game.
Mahomes.
A lot of practice time, a lot of thinking goes into 2-minute drills, even on the defensive side. So now you want to make sure the guys understand. Continue to be aggressive, but make sure you're smart in doing so.
Mahomes.
And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
No choice but to go. Here's 4th down now. Mahomes. That is caught.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
Charles, you think about this victory, pretty impressive. They came in facing one of the top defenses in the National Football League. Not only did they get the win, they played a clean football game, didn't have any turnovers against that great defense.
Yeah, it's a terrific observation because you know they emphasize ball security, wanted to avoid making any major mistakes playing against that tough defense, and they were turnover-free and took points when they were available. Excellent execution, and they did it confidently.
So for San Francisco, they move back over 500 at 3-2 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week. Meanwhile, for the Chiefs, the loss will move them back to 3-2 on the year. And perhaps fortunately for them, they'll get an early bye next week and come back to action in Week 7. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.